The most powerful trick to increase footfall is what I'm going to be talking about today. For some of you, this will sound terribly obvious, but I can tell you what I'm about to explain you here is one of the most common mistakes local store owners nowadays are making. Hello everybody, my name is Mieke Klaarhout, and together with my team, we help local shops around the world to get more customers through the door and more money in their till. All right, so this mistake I noticed already 10 years ago. I saw it 20 years ago when I had just finished my marketing education, and I still see it happening today all around whenever I go on a city trip and I visit the local shops. It's this. Too many shops nowadays don't clearly show on the outside of their shop what people will see on the inside of their shop. Too many window front businesses do not clearly present on the exterior of their shop what they are actually selling on the inside of their shop. I'll give you two distinct examples. So I used to frequent a biological foods and supplements shop when I was still living on a permanent basis in my home country, Belgium. And it was a beautiful, wonderful shop with a unique range of product categories matching a specific audience looking for ways to eat and live healthier. So it was a pretty big shop, but the shop front was narrow, small. So there was one door and a pretty narrow, cramped shop window, way too small anyway for browsing through a large collection of nutritional products, but good enough to see what the shop was selling. So good enough to know what to expect if one would enter the premises. So once you stepped inside the shop, the interior was surprisingly spacious and even more remarkable. At the back of the shop, there was an incredibly charming tea room, some kind of romantic coffee shop, coffee shop where they served mostly biological teas, but also coffees and homemade pastries and so on. So I visited this shop regularly, and every time there, I saw no one was enjoying the food and drinks. Some people were buying the products, but nobody was there at the end of the shop in that specific area where they were serving these biological drinks and foods. So what a pity that was. What a waste. So I got to know the owner, and he complained to me about the lack of customers in the tea room. And he asked my opinion. He knew that I was a shop owner too. He knew that I was also helping other shop owners to get more people to the door. So he asked my opinion if he would whether to shut this specific area in the shop, so the tea room area in the shop, or to keep it open. So I asked him, what are you specifically doing to show passersby what cakes, pies, drinks you have on your menu here? He said nothing special. He said there's just a chalkboard, a welcome sign on the pavement that we use to promote the products and vitamin supplements in the shop and to promote special discounts. But we don't do anything on the outside of the shop to get people coming in to have a drink or to eat something. So how do people know then, I asked, that you have this lovely tea room at the back of your shop? Well, he said, I will never forget it because he was a very passionate shop owner. He said, well, my shop is full of colors and all the things that I am passionate about. So people will see the tea room when they enter the shop. So I said, but if they do not enter the shop, because at the moment they are just looking for a cute place to sit, to have a cup of tea, to have a fresh piece of pie. So then what? So he waited. He was like thinking. I saw him thinking inside his mind here, and I think he started to realize what he was missing out on. So I hope you get it too. That was story one. So by the way, if you're happy with what I'm showing you here, with what you're hearing here, please subscribe to this channel and help local shops and support me to save the high streets. So anyway, we had more talks later on, and luckily he decided to get help to increase foot traffic, specifically people passing by the shop at that instant moment, and to get them in for the drinks and the foods, not only for his products. So second example, I know a crazy beautiful multi-concept store that sells stylish clothing for men and offers also cool in-store barber services, and it also has a cool hangout space with specialty coffees and gourmet sandwiches. So to imagine what it looks like when I'm telling you this story right now, the clothing area is in front of the shop. Both the barber and coffee area are in the back. So if you pass by this specific shop, everybody can clearly see it's a men's wear shop offering exclusive and hard to find brands. This part of the store is clearly, concisely presented. So the shop owner really did a good job there. But every time I pass by there, it strikes me that I don't see anything on the outside of the shop referring to the barber service and the coffee shop on the inside. So I've been there several times, at least like 6 times. And each time there were men and women looking at the clothes on display. Not once I saw someone getting a trim or a shave. Not once I saw someone sitting in the coffee area. So the last time I couldn't hold myself, I couldn't keep myself from approaching the person who seemed to be in charge of the shop. So I introduced myself, and yes, she was the owner, and we started talking about business and her shop. And she told me she had opened her shop like about 1.5 years ago. She invested a huge amount of money in it, and until that day, so the day that we started talking, she wasn't even breaking even. So we talked for a long time because I love to listen to stories from passionate business owners, and I gave her some practical tips to implement immediately for her shop. But today in this video, I just want to share this one thing with you. So I asked her, what is the reason for putting the barber service and the coffee space in the back of your shop? Well, she said, because people walk in for the clothes. And then they see, of course, that we also offer the barber service and the coffee shop. So I asked, you never tried to get people through the door by displaying somewhere on the outside, on the facade, on the sidewalk, that there's also a coffee shop and a barber inside? No, she said, no, I've never tried it. I'm just patiently waiting until the word gets out. So I have distributed leaflets in a wide area around the shop, and I've been paying for some ads online and in the papers. But yeah, there's nothing really visible on the outside of my shop to show everything that I offer on the inside. So again, to explain this in a very clear words to you watching this video, before meeting me, this wonderful businesswoman, she had never thought of the fact that people who just pass by her shop are the most important people in her target audience, because they are just literally one step away from her shop. So, and in order to get noticed, you need to have a clean, attractive, and striking storefront with clearly visible and easy to understand communication about your whole range of products or services on the inside. I repeat, your whole range of product categories, or services. So currently, for many local shop businesses, this is something they are not aware of. I think that's because they are like resided in their unconscious state of mind of a person who is always busy working on the shop, always busy trying to get more people through the door. So most of you know your shop and your products and services like the back of your hands. It's so obvious to you. So what your shop is about, what you are selling, what makes your shop unique, and why your shop is different from other shops. But people who are passing by your shop, people who have never visited your shop before, they absolutely have no clue. They don't have a clue what you are selling on the inside. They only see the front. They only see your shop window. And they don't take a lot of time for it. It goes so fast. They just take a few seconds to see your shop window, your facade, the signboard on the pavement. That is it. So how are you making sure that at a glance they clearly understand what they can discover on the inside of your shop? Maybe somebody passing by your shop is that one person that has been looking for that unique special candle that you have in your shop. Maybe this passersby is looking for this specific ginger lemonade that you have in your tea room inside, but this person passing by doesn't know that you have that one incredibly beautiful ginger lemonade that this person is craving for right now. Maybe you are starting up flower workshops in a few months, but today somebody is passing by your shop, looking inside and just seeing your flower bouquets and nothing about workshops. Maybe the person passing by your shop is craving for a very special latte with cinnamon and special cookies, and you have it, but this person doesn't see it from outside in your shop window. So I can continue to give examples about this. People who are passing by right now might be looking for something right now at this instance, but they do not see it on your window front, your shop front. So what can you do to communicate this in a better way for all the people passing by right now? Does that make sense? So quite a few of clients before they met me, they had never taken a real step out of their daily shop business, observing it in a critical way and reflecting on it from above, from a distance, I mean. Looking at it in a rational way from a potential customer's point of view. To be more specific, the perspective from someone who doesn't know your shop at all. I hope these two stories inspired you to critically think about your shop too and to find out what you can put into practice to increase your walk-ins immediately. If you're happy with this video, please support the channel. Just subscribe via the button below. Write what you would like me to talk about in future videos and help me to support local shops and save the high streets. See you soon.